All right, Shalom. Our praise going on. It goes to Yahweh Bashman Washai, Basham Rakal Kwadash, the one to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone, and peace and blessings to the elect. This is another edition of GMS News and Prophecy. And I have an article here from Relief Web. All right, and it's headline here: high risk of disease outbreaks and earthquake hit Papua New Guinea, UNICEF and WHO. Okay, now over the last couple weeks, I should say maybe about a month ago, a month and a half, maybe 2 months ago, there was a major earthquake in Papua New Guinea that killed a number of people. All right, and that place has been, dealing with the aftermath of that earthquake and series of earthquakes for the last couple of weeks. Now, it's just being brought out that there's this disease outbreak that's going on down over there, and it's getting to a point where it's getting deadly. Okay, so I'm gonna go into the article. It says Port Moresby, April 9, 2018. It says UNICEF and the World Health Organization have cautioned about the high potential of waterborne and vaccine-preventable disease outbreaks in earthquake-affected areas of Papua New Guinea. It says major concerns include watery diarrhea due to water contamination from landslides, poor sanitation, and personal hygiene management, and the vaccine-preventable diseases due to already low immunization coverage in the highlands region. Right, so the vaccines can, as they say, prevent the diseases, but with so many people, there's enough people already infected. Okay, it says according to the National Department of Health, about 70 to 80% of children in the severely affected provinces are not protected against preventable diseases. Right, it could be deadly. With routine measles coverage in the Southern Highlands and Hela provinces in 2016, just 18.2% and 27.6% respectively. All right. It says at this stage of the emergency response, it is critical to restore the delivery of basic health services to the affected communities, such as the immunization of children, said Dr. Lou Deping, who representative in PNG. We will continue to work closely with the NDOH, provincial health authorities and partners to respond to these risks and to prevent a secondary emergency arising from disease outbreaks. So, they've already had a number of things happen, with this outbreak after this earthquake. Okay, I'm gonna jump down. It says the February 26th earthquake. Oh, well, I guess a couple of months. Salakia. It says the February 26th earthquake of 7.5 magnitude, and there's hundreds of aftershocks. Right. Because I know there were, certain recent earthquakes have happened in the recent weeks, but the major earthquake hit in February. All right. So it says the February 26th earthquake of 7.5 magnitude and its hundreds of aftershocks have caused severe damage to nearly 65% of health facilities in Hela, right? Which Hela is an old god, all right, the pagan god, which she's the goddess, I believe, of death. When you look up Norse mythology, they show you her in their recent Thor Ragnarok movie, by the way. All right, so hey man, it's all according to the elites. Are more likely causes earthquake, but of course it's all the spirit of the Lord. But the elites, they could have caused this earthquake as a sacrifice. All right, because a number of people died. All right, but it says about 13% of health facilities remain closed. However, most of the health facilities that reopen can only attend to emergency services. The government estimates that 270,000 people are in need of urgent assistance. About 125,000 of them are children, of which 55,000 are children under 5 years old. It says UNICEF and WHO are supporting the government to conduct a measles and rubella immunization campaign for children under 5 years old. Now, in Mexico, a couple of weeks ago, they was initiating a new program dealing with biometrics. So they could do the same thing here. Is a speculation, but a lot of these natural disasters are going to lead to the mark of the beast system being set up, and ultimately the microchip, which is the mark of the beast, being issued throughout these different countries. All right. It says they have conducted a measles and rubella immunization campaign for children under 5 years old in the earthquake hit areas in order to curb the risk of potential outbreaks. In addition, basic medical supplies and essential medicines for maternal and newborn health will be provided to ensure pregnant women and newborns have medical support for pregnancy-related care. Just a few days after the earthquakes, UNICEF has distributed vaccines to the affected communities to protect some 31,700 children. And we know that the vaccines, all right, they carry the actual diseases. Okay, so that's just BS as far as like health boosting or immunization boosting. Okay, because it really deteriorates your health and it puts these viruses inside your system. Okay, but I'm gonna keep reading. It says UNICEF has distributed vaccines to the affected communities to protect some 31,700 children against measles and rubella, pertussis, pneumonia, and tuberculosis. And I'm telling you right now, pneumonia and tuberculosis are some very deadly illnesses, along with the flu. Okay, right. I'm going to read this last paragraph. It says, in the Southern Highlands, the Provincial Health Authority, PHA, with support from WHO, sent 9 mobile teams by helicopter to vaccinate children in remote settlements referred to as care centers or concentration camps. Okay, because that's really what these centers and these zones are when these disasters and things break out. They call these people off in really concentration camps because it's basically a place or a camp or a center, right, where you get detained, like a detention center, and they concentrate you in one area. Okay, so that's what's going on. All right, it says WHO has also supported the 2 provinces of Hala and the Southern Highlands in establishing the Health Emergency Operations Center and the installation of surveillance systems to detect unusual disease reports. Local health authorities and community members have been trained to rapidly respond to disease outbreaks. Okay, so now let's get into the scriptures and get the prophecy. Okay, because of the Lord Yahweh Shai himself, our Savior, said that in these last days when these things happen and we see him in the earth, we are to speak about these things. What we hear in the ear, we speak on the housetops. So one prophecy that he had told us and warned us about what was going to take place is dealing with these disease outbreaks. Okay, so this is Luke, the 21st chapter. Right, and I'm gonna start at verse 10. It says, then said he unto them, nation shall rise against nation, and kingdom against kingdom. And we're seeing that now. You're seeing, the U.S. is ready to strike Syria. Russia is ready to retaliate. They're sending all kind of airstrikes and bombers and things over there in the Middle East. So those are these rumors of wars and things, nation against nation taking place, kingdom against kingdom. Okay, the kingdom of America in the West, versus the kingdom of Russia, and China and these other countries in the East. Okay, World War III is brewing up. All right, so that's one prophecy. Okay, but then it says here in verse 11, and great earthquakes shall be in diverse places. Now, in February, that great earthquake in Papua New Guinea happened, which was a magnitude 7.5, 7.6. And we're seeing the aftermath of that even months later with these disease outbreaks. Okay? It says, and great earthquake shall be in diverse places, and famines and pestilences. Now, pestilences is another word for disease or illness. So that's what we're seeing in Papua New Guinea right now. It says, in fearful sights and great signs shall there be from heaven. All right. So things are happening now, man. Okay, these prophecies are taking place quickly and speedily. You know, we're seeing these diseases and these different outbreaks happening. These earthquakes are happening. These wars, rumors of wars, nations and kingdoms against each other. And we're in the time now, man. All right. So keep watching and keep praying. But with that, I'm going to end it there. I'm going to give all praise and glory and honor to Yahweh, Bashmi Awashai, Basham Rakak Wadash, double honor to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone, and to the next edition of GMS News of Prophecy. I'm going to say Shalom, and I hope you were edified.